So, we're less than a month away from the 2025 NFL Draft. The Washington Commanders went from picking number two in the 2024 NFL Draft to now pick at the back of the first round at pick 29 after making their first NFC Championship appearance in over 25 years. Um, and we have a dilemma here. With us trading for Larry Tunsil, which took a lot of picks, a third this year, seventh this year, and also a second and fourth in 2026 to get it done. And then trade for Deebo Samuel, which took a 2025 fifth round pick. We're now down to 5 selections in the 2025 NFL Draft. A team that's relatively older outside your franchise quarterback kind of wants some younger players, right? Yeah, let's talk about how we should go about the first round. Should we stay at 29 and pick the best player available, or should we just try the first round completely if we find a trade partner? Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As for the intro, and let's get started. Welcome back to PSN Commands Network. It's your boy Tonga A Tech. I'm back with another video, man. If I get to all glory to God, for God would not be returning. I will help God open doors and pay way for all people in the Almighty Lord's name. Today's video, I hear about the Washington Commanders and the rest of the National Football League. Before I get too far into it, a quick verse today is from 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8 says as follows: above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. All right, that's the verse of the day. Let's get right into today's video. So, the Washington Commanders are picking 29th in the 2025 NFL Draft after having their first NFC Championship berth in over 25 years, as they did get defeated by the Philadelphia Eagles, 55-23, and kind of meltdown fashion in that game. But nonetheless, we're a couple months later, a couple months removed from that thrashing, and now we've made some moves to improve our roster. We have signed Javon Kinlaw to a 3-year, $45 million deal. We have released Jonathan Allen from his $16.5 million contract and saved a lot of money to acquire a guy like Javon Kinlaw. Excuse me, sorry. We have traded for left tackle Laremy Tunsil from the Houston Texans. We have completed a trade for Deebo Samuel with the San Francisco 49ers. We have done other things like sign Will Harris. We let Jeremy Chin walk. This will be Marshawn Lattimore's year 2 in this system and a full off season, and not being traded in the middle of the season, come off a hamstring injury. There's a lot of good things that has happened this off season so far for the Commanders. And now we are approaching the second part of the off season, which is now the 2025 NFL Draft. Right now, the Washington Commanders sit at 5 selections, 29, 61, 128. Believe we have a 5th round pick. Yeah, got 5th rounder. Oh, we got a 6th rounder, and then we have a 7th rounder. So I think 205 and 245. So those are our picks in the draft right now. Kind of skipped on selections. And we had 9 selections last year, including 3 second round picks. So, and 2 third round. So we had 6 picks in the top 100, and we did some damage. Of course, we got Jaden Daniels, our franchise quarterback, at number 2 overall. After that, we drafted Jerzon Newton with the 38th pick in the draft, 36th pick. Afterwards, we traded with the Philadelphia Eagles, traded with the Ops. Was able to acquire pick 50 and 52 for pick 40, and that allows us to draft Mike Samerstill out of Michigan and then Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State later on in the second round of draft. In the third round, we did get Brandon Coleman, and we did draft Luke McCaffrey with the 100th pick in the 2024 NFL draft to end day 3. So we had 6 picks in the top 100, and we did some damage. Mikey was great last year. Jaden, come on, it was Jaden Daniels. And then Jerzon Newton had some flashes. Wasn't consistent enough. He had the foot injuries. He had 2 foot surgeries. So um, I get it. I'm not going to give him an excuse, but I'm going to give him a caveat there. Now he's coming off no injuries. He should be fine, ready to go. Should be no excuses for year 2 for that young man. And I like what Brandon Coleman did last year. He played very well. I think he played better at a new position. It won't be the left tackle of the team anymore. He'll be probably playing either right tackle or left guard. We'll see. But I'm excited to see his growth and potential, especially at right tackle. Yeah. So solid draft class. I know we got guys like Dominic Hampton and Jordan McGee in the 5th round. We used our 7th round pick of Javonte John Baptiste. He flashed a little bit, but overall, solid draft class. Was not the best draft class in the league, but it was definitely solid. And Jaden Daniels was the reason that it was good as it was. But also, Mikey Sanders still had an amazing rookie year, and Jerzon Newton had some flashes. We didn't see much of Ben Sinnott, and we didn't see much of Luke McCaffrey. But nevertheless, even Luke had a couple of plays that were impactful in games as well. Point is, the 2024 draft, we had 6 picks in the top 100, and we did some damage. Now we only have 2 picks in the top 100 this draft. So the question is, knowing the way that Adam Peters likes to draft, is it wise to stay at 29 and take best player available, or to trade out the first round? If they did find a trade partner that gives you a good enough haul to you to just get out the first round completely and lose on the opportunity of having a 5th-year option on your first player you pick. To be honest with you, I don't think Adam Peters loves his draft class. He's trading draft picks like it's hot, like it's hot pockets. I don't think he loves his draft class. I think, like Josh Taylor thinks, shout to JTFB, go subscribe to his channel. I think he's on the road to 7,000 subscribers as well. So please go sub him up. I love his channel and I love his insight. Wonderful guy, and Josh. Much love to you, brother. I do believe that the Commanders are going to go quality over quantity here. We could trade out 61. I believe that's going to happen. I completely agree with Josh when he said in his video that we're going to stay at 29. We're going to take a pick. We're going to select the player. We're going to select the best player available at 29. And then at 61, if someone wants to trade up in the 2nd round for someone out the 3rd round, I think we will have multiple 3rd round picks because we're going to go ahead and get another additional 3rd round pick out of that trade as well. So I do believe that 61 will be the trade down spot instead of 29. But if we did trade down from 29, you only got 3 spots. You only got 30, 31, 32. You're not trading with your option again, I don't think, right? You trade with the Eagles? Are you giving another chance to get another Cooper DeJean-like player? Probably not. But you never know. We've done business with the Eagles with the Jahan Dotson trade and this trade, so you never know. Maybe they might like a guy like Mike Green, and we like a guy like Dama Izaraku, and the other 2 teams aren't going to take him. We're going to take him. So maybe you might do a deal. Say, hey man, give me a 3rd round pick. Come up these couple spots. Make sure you get Mike Green. I'll make sure I get my guy at 32. We kind of cool beans. I ain't got no complaints. Never know. But more than likely, probably won't trade the ops again, right? Are you willing to just trade one spot with the Bills? Are the Bills really pressed for a player that you want at 29 that they can't get at 30? Probably not. And then the Chiefs, are the Chiefs that pressed to move up 2 spots? Probably not. So if you're trading, you're not trading with those 3 teams more than likely. But it's a chance, you never know, but more than likely you're not. So you're going to trade out the 1st round, completely out the 1st round, because you're picking so late in the 1st. Now, what team will want to move up from, let's say, the mid to late 30s? A team like the Browns. They might take Abdul Carter at 2 and say, hey, man, Shedeur Sanders is falling. I don't want a team to get their hands on Shedeur Sanders. I don't want a team to come up from, let's say the Giants want Shedeur, right? They pick at 35. The Browns pick at 33. But the Giants are calling us to move up to get Shedeur. But also the Browns are calling us to move up to get Shedeur Sanders. Hypothetical scenario here. I don't think Shedeur will last that long, but you never know with this draft. You never know. Guys like Will Levis were projected top 5 picks, and he sat to this freaking second round. We never know. Never know, right? So even a guy like Christian Gonzalez, he sat for a while, which was absolutely asinine as hell. And we took freaking Emmanuel Forbes Jr. over that fool, but none of my business. So you're sitting there. Both teams are calling you. You got Amarion Hampton probably sitting here, and you want Amarion Hampton, or you might want a Mike Green, or you want a Donovan Azaraku, and you're sitting like, Donovan sounds nice right now. I need an edge rusher. Mike Green sounds kind of nice right now. I can use an edge rusher. If James Pierce Jr. is there, you're taking him, right? So you wouldn't even entertain this crap. But one of these two guys sitting here, the Bills and Eagles may take them, and you might just be screwed out of an edge rusher. But this team might be offering you a nice offer you can't refuse, and you might want to go slightly quantity over quality. Then you're like, I might make the move. I think the Browns and Giants call. You're picking early in the second round. You're probably getting a third round pick in the third round in that trade. So you're going to probably end up with 4 picks out of the top 100 or 3 picks in the top 100 still. And you end up with a very early second round pick who is an extension of the first round. So I think they would do that, right? But they have a player they like at 29, and they're like, hey, I can't get out this pick. I got to take this guy. They'll take the guy they want. But if they think the guy that they want will fall 3 or 4 picks and fall to the beginning of the second round, Adam Peters will trade out the first round. Especially if the team wants a quarterback. Similar to what happened with Lamar Jackson in 2018, if you remember, right? The Ravens trade back into the first round and got Lamar Jackson. Right? Just like what the Carolina Panthers did with Xavier Legette. They traded back into the first round and got Xavier Legette at 32. These things happen all the time, and I think it's something to get used to. We might not be picking in the first round every year anymore now. We might be trading out the first round, and this might be the beginning of a new precedent. So be prepared for that. I do believe we will trade out the first round if we find a trade partner. I think we're going to go quality over quantity, but 5 picks is too little, I think. You want to at least have 6 selections. Because you want 3 of them to hit at least. So your hit rate's at 50%. You want at least 3 to 6 picks to hit. Really, you want all 6 of them to hit. But, things happen. But in order for that to happen, you need more selections. If you only have 5, that means you can only afford 2 mess ups. You only can afford 2 guys to not hit. The other 3 guys must hit. That doesn't sound like Adam Peters to me. So I think we're going to try the first round, y'all. But if we don't try out the first round, expect to try out the second round. We'll trade out one of these rounds, whether it's first or second. We're not picking at 29, picking at 61. Like you would think we're going to just pick at 29, 61. We're trading out one of these 2 rounds. But if they have a good enough offer to trade out the first round, I believe they will. And I don't think we're picking in day 1, guys. Maybe. If we do pick in day 1, we won't be picking to the 3rd round. I believe. But we'll see. That's going to do it for today's video. I believe, in my eyes, if I was Adam Peters, I would trade out the first round. I believe Adam Peters would like to trade out the first round if this is the correct offer. But if he does not find an offer worth enough to get out the first round, he will sit at 29 and draft a player. I don't think any of the 3 teams behind the Washington Commanders are pressed for a player unless a player is falling to them that is absolutely crazy. Like, for example, if a guy like, let's say, Tat McMillan, he's falling, then maybe a team like the Bills or a team like the Chiefs make a call, right? But if it's not that, then nah, I don't think those three teams will call. So yeah, I think that's how it's gonna go. So quick rundown before we get out of here. I don't want to talk your head off too long. One, I believe that we should trade out the first round. Two, I believe Adam Pierce will trade out the first round if he gets given the correct offer. Number three, we're not trading with any of the three teams behind us unless a player that's falling, that's unexpectedly falling, will you want to trade up for. And number four, um, I do believe we only really want to only trade out the first round to be in the early 30s. So no earlier than 30, no later than 35. So we should be picking very early in the second round of day two of the 2025 NFL draft if you were to trade out of round one. That's my rundown. There are my thoughts of what should we do. And what do you think we should do? You think we should stay at 29, draft best player available, or trade down to get more assets in order to draft more players so we have a better chance of having a better hit rate? What are your thoughts on this, man? Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.